Please stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, the band will perform the national anthem.
You may be seated. Thanks for the assist. Good evening. My name is Brady Dickinson, and it's my pleasure to be the superintendent of the Twin Falls School District. Chairman Jansen, school board trustees, principal vote, Twin Falls High School faculty and distinguished guests, parents, relatives, friends, and students. It's my honor to welcome you all to this graduation ceremony for the students of this outstanding class, the graduating class of Twin Falls High School of 2019. You fine students join the many people in our community who have the honor of saying they graduated from Twin Falls High School. You are part of a great tradition that has stood in our community. Many years from now, I predict this will be a big part of your legacy. I know there will come a time when you will be asked to reflect upon your experiences and share your history as a member of one of the classes to graduate from this historic school. The climate you have built at this school is something to be very proud of. It's very special. And I'm so proud of this graduating class. Your hard work has resulted in many academic and athletic victories. It has also led to wonderful performances within our music and drama programs. I'm so very proud of all of our extracurricular activities and programs at Twin Falls High School. Congratulations, well done, class of 2019. First off this evening, I'd like to recognize a special group of people in our midst. We have students who are joining the military. And so first, I would ask all the students who have enlisted or are going to enlist into the military to please stand and remain standing for a moment. Secondly, I would ask all the veterans and those currently serving in one of our military branches in our audience to please stand. Thank you all for your service. You may be seated. A tradition was started a few years back, and I would like to ask for some audience participation. I would like to ask any of the graduates of Twin Falls High School from 50 years or more, so that would be 1969 or earlier, to please stand and remain standing for a moment. Wow, isn't that wonderful? Please remain standing. I would now ask that all former graduates of Twin Falls High School to please stand. If you could remain standing for just a minute. Thank you. 2019 graduates, tonight on behalf of these fine men and women who stand before you, who have walked the halls of Twin Falls High School ahead of you, who have received their Twin Falls High School diplomas and ceremonies such as this one, and then have gone on in search of their dreams as you will, I say welcome to the club. You may be seated. My honor tonight, on behalf of the Twin Falls School Board of Trustees, to present some very prestigious awards and to recognize some very important partners in education. It has become a tradition each year at graduation ceremonies for our school board to honor a community business or service agency with the Twin Falls School District Community Partner in Education Award. It's my pleasure to make this presentation this evening. As we celebrate graduation this evening, we reflect on the ideas, people, and partnerships that have enriched the educational experiences of our staff and students. While there are many in the community who contribute to public education in Twin Falls, there's a unique partnership the Twin Falls School Board would like to recognize. I would consider Linda Watkins and Melissa Ficklin with the Twin Falls Education Foundation to be true community partners. If you would both please join me on stage. As many of you know, we are lucky in Twin Falls to have a robust education foundation with the mission to support our schools, teachers, and students. Linda Watkins served as a board member from 2006 to 2009 before becoming the executive director in 2009. She has held this position now for 10 years. During her tenure, she has raised nearly $2 million and implemented numerous new programs and events, including the Red Apple Gala, the Teacher of the Month, and the Teacher of the Year recognition, our Teacher Mini Grant program, and the ever-popular Cow Pie Challenge at the Service Bowl. Melissa was a board member in 2015 and became the administrative assistant in 2016. She helped integrate social media and technology for the foundation while enhancing organization and digitalization. She has streamlined processes and implemented practices to be more efficient. Both of these ladies are retiring this year. They will sorely be missed, and they've left big shoes to fill. At this time, on behalf of the Twin Falls School District Board of Trustees, I would like to present plaques as a symbol of our most sincere appreciation to Linda Watkins and Melissa Ficklin as a symbol of our most sincere appreciation. And now it is my honor to join Principal Dan Vogt in recognizing the 2019 Twin Falls High School valedictorians and salutatorians. These students have demonstrated excellence in every class over the past 4 years. All of the valedictorians have accomplished a perfect 4.0 GPA, and the salutatorians are just a fraction below that. Setting the standard for generations to come, ladies and gentlemen, the valedictorians at Twin Falls High School are Ryan Gregory Ball, Mary Elizabeth Brackett, Josie Ann Elam, Uman Imad Ujel, Kason Taka Hansen, Wyatt Lee Hazier. Brandon Andrew Mix. Brandon Christopher Ganghong Rasmussen. Jacob Matthew Sorensen. Jasmine Nicole Wall. The salutatorian this year for Twin Falls High School is Michael David Warth. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the Twin Falls High School class of 2019 valedictorians and salutatorians.
My name is Maddie Evans, and I'm our senior class secretary. During our process of choosing our speaker, we knew that Miss Salisbury was a perfect candidate because she is a prominent figure in our community, and she was an influential teacher for many of us at O'Leary Middle School. She has been very impactful in so many of our lives, and we are so happy to have her here with us tonight. Please welcome Miss Salisbury.
Well, I could have begun with all my many awards and plaques and that, but I'm sparing you. I just am pretty famous for having amazing self-esteem, and I recommend that for all of you as well. So, cheers to the class of 2019. Thanks for choosing me as your speaker. I have had the privilege to personally teach lots of you, and you have grown up very well. Thanks for being unusually smart and interested and often hilarious. My mission over decades has been to inculcate young minds into the wonder of science. I've chatted with astronauts, marveled over their stories, such as stepping out of the International Space Station and watching the world spin below them. Only astronauts without vertigo issues are candidates for spacewalks. I've had dinner with Apollo 17 astronaut Harrison Schmitt. He was the only scientist so far, a geologist, to walk on the moon. He told me how hard it was to get those moon rocks, because when you're on the moon, you're only 1/6 of your weight to planet Earth, and shoveling was very difficult, and he had bruises up past his knees. It's cool. A mere month ago, we were treated to a picture of a black hole, 54 million light years away. True to the science, the image is not of a black hole, which is unseeable in all wavelengths, but it's the picture of the event circling around the hole, like a photo of the sound of silence. I could go on, but I won't. This is about you. My 3 sons all graduated from Twin Falls High School, and wish you the very best. Dr. Morgan, my youngest son, is a geochemist volcanologist. He's currently a professor at Lower Columbia College in Washington. Morgan became infatuated with the explosive rhyolite lava at the bottom of our canyon and the slower moving basalt on top. Because the hot spot, now under Yellowstone, was previously under us, our lands are all covered with thick basalt and surrounded by those very cool shield volcanoes. We are gifted with visible artifacts, beginning with the Shoshone Native Americans and later wagon tracks leading the Western Pioneer expansion. What a truly amazing place to live. Dr. Morgan is a committed vegan and thinks the class of 2019 should join the cause. He wants me to encourage you to move forward a plant-based diet and lifestyle. Even Beyonce and Jay-Z are fans. There are over 800 million people who do not have enough to eat, while 90 million acres of land are now being used to grow corn to feed factory farm animals. 20% of rainforests in the Amazon have already been lost to livestock production. If the US alone switched to a plant-based diet, the additional food produced would feed 350 million people. So, something to think about. Once again, probably not in the beef capital here of the world, but once again I could go on, but I won't. This speech is about you. Why should you continue your education? Most obvious, but extremely important, is becoming an educated citizen. As I often quoted in my class, the more you know, the smarter you are. Don't forget that. College opens up choices for jobs. More and more jobs are requiring college educations and degrees. College and universities are still the best, most direct path to a productive career. Take advantage of lower cost opportunities from state universities and junior colleges, thanks to CSI here. College offers competitive, varied, and newly needed skills in science and computer sciences. Jobs are continually changing due to technology advancing. There are currently, right now, 7,000 unfilled STEM jobs just here in Idaho. Studies show that college graduates are healthier and get divorced less, almost by half. College helps you explore job ideas and practical experience, and you can put on your resume. Don't forget that college teaches and encourages research on how to save the world. My oldest son, Holden, graduated from Twin Falls too. His mother, always the science enthusiast, encouraged him to capitalize his math skills with physics. He received a physics scholarship, but graduated in business and is presently a very successful senior electricity trader, kind of like a stockbroker, working for a green company in Portland, Oregon. Guess which of my science sons make the most money? Now, whether you opt for college or trade and tech schools, electricians, plumbers, soldiers, sailors, we need you all. As Jon Stewart says, the truly exciting thing about your life now is there is no core curriculum. Your entire life is now an elective. That's very cool. Class of 2019, now's your chance to make a difference in the world. You get to challenge yourself, stretch beyond what is comfortable and easy. Become a doctor, a teacher, an innovative farmer, an astronomer, a registered nurse, a therapist, a social worker, a welder. Just go for it. Travel the United States and the world. Pick a college or a trade that excites you or perhaps just provides a change of scenery or introductions to a new culture. One of the best gifts you can give yourself right here, right now, is to decide to commit to the journey, not the outcome. My middle son, Nelson, is a botanist/ecologist in Seattle, married to yet another Twin Falls High School graduate, Sok Pak, born in Cambodia. She's a biology graduate but works in a law firm with finance. Hats off to immigrants making our nation even greater. So Nelson feels strongly that I should apologize to the class of 2019 for my generation polluting your planet. I am sorry. Americans make up just 4% of the world's population, but we are the biggest polluters of carbon dioxide. If everyone in the world lived the way people in the United States do, it would need 4 Earths just to produce that amount of resources for everyone. Glaciers and ice caps are rapidly melting, droughts, fires, super tornadoes and hurricanes and floods are happening as we speak. Really sorry. I have personally hung out with Bill Nye the Science Guy, a comedian and a scientist. He is totally fed up with my generation after all the great teaching he did on his TV shows to my age. We need to be consciously slowing down our use of fossil fuels, coal, oil, and gas. Credible, researched scientific data is giving us approximately 10 to 15 years before climate change is irreversible. Mr. Nye summed up 3 things we want for the whole world. 1, clean water. 2, access to the internet and global information, and 3, all electricity to become renewable. Do not despair or think your task is insurmountable. You, class of 2019, can do this. My grandfather fought in World War I on a horse, and my grandmother drove a Model T. I graduated in 1969, the year that we landed and walked on the moon. Look how far we've come. You, class of 2019, want to live in a healthy, viable, beautiful world. You want your grandchildren, your children to be able to recreate in state and national parks and marvel over trees, flowers, insects. We're losing some of the animals. And drink clean water and swim in it too. Rather than being overwhelmed or dismayed, think of our changing earth as future job security and inspiration for innovation. You have a chance to save and to improve the world with education and compassion. It was just announced that the United States plans to land women and perhaps a few men on the moon in 5 years. Go for that. I love teaching. It was a job that allowed me to constantly learn and keep up with science and technology. Do not lose your enthusiasm. Follow your passion. Stay true to yourself. Never follow someone else's path. Unless you're in the woods and you're lost and you see a path, then by all means you should follow that. Ellen DeGeneres said that. NPR car talk host, you will never have more energy or enthusiasm, hair, or brain cells than you have today. Find what interests you and what brings you joy. Show compassion and respect to others. Celebrate diversity. Universe song. Just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving, revolving 900 miles an hour, and pray that there's intelligent life somewhere out in space because there's very little down here on Earth. Save the world. Thank you, 2019 graduates. Thank you.
My name is McKaylee Roth, your senior class senator, and I am now going to present our gift of gratitude to our guest speaker, Mrs. Salisbury, for all of the time and effort that she has put into such an amazing speech for us. And thank you for your continued dedication to impacting the youth in our community.
Thank you.
This thank you basket reflects your love and passion for science, and we really hope that you enjoy it. Thank you once again for all that you do and all that you will continue to do for us.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Twin Falls School District, Class of 2019, please accept our congratulations on reaching this milestone in your life. It is our wish that you may have many more accomplishments in your future. To those of you going into the military service, please accept my personal congratulations and thanks for your future service. To those of you in the audience, please accept my thanks and appreciation for the support you have shown these young people. There's been a huge societal change in attitude since I returned stateside 50 years ago this month. I thank all of you for this change in attitude. This opportunity is probably the hardest part of being chairman of the school board, since there's probably not a one of you who really cares if I say anything or not. So I'll just toss out a few thoughts that may be a benefit to you. The things you've learned in your early elementary education will probably be of more worth to you than some of the technical things you've learned these past few years and will learn in the future. All the technical skills and knowledge will not compensate for lack of people skills. Please, thank you, I'm sorry, sharing, common courtesy, honesty, and promptness will contribute greatly to your future success. Make the best decision you possibly can with the information that you have at hand. A less than ideal decision can be corrected, but no decision leads to no course of action and substandard accomplishments. You can't control other people's actions, but you can control your reaction to them. When you go for a job interview, have a question ready at the proper time. Questions show real interest, intent, and enthusiasm. We can't always control the illegal, immoral, or fattening thoughts that suddenly enter our mind, but we can control our response to them. Lots of little, inconsequential thoughts added upon can lead to big, life-altering consequences that we can come to regret. And lastly, when you see a ball roll out on the road, make a full stop. There's usually a kid running behind it. Again, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, congratulations on graduation and best wishes in handling your future challenges.
Good evening, parents, friends, and graduates. I am Dan Vogt, principal of the best high school in the state of Idaho. It is certainly a very special honor to serve as principal at Twin Falls High School, but it also is a very special privilege to present the graduating class of 2019. First, Kaysen Hansen, would you please stand? Kaysen has been named a National Merit Finalist, which means that out of 1.5 million students, his PSAT scores were in the top 1% of all students who took this test nationwide. As a finalist, the College Board recognizes Kaysen as being in the top 0.5% of all seniors in the United States. Congratulations, Kaysen. The class of 2019 has certainly distinguished itself. The numbers exemplify the character of this class. First, choral music had one senior earning all state honors. We had one state champion in girls golf. Two, the CSI seniors had two individual state champions, one in wrestling, one in track. 3.45, that's the overall GPA of all the participants in all activity programs. Six, we had 6 district champions in boys golf, girls track and field, baseball, girls cross country, girls soccer. 20, that's the number of programs that participate in state competition. Boys and girls cross country, volleyball, girls soccer, football, wrestling, drama, baseball, boys and girls tennis, boys and girls golf, boys and girls track and field, debate, speech, dance, boys and girls swimming, and boys basketball. 49, that's the number of seniors who are members of the National Honor Society. 13,000 plus. That's the amount of money raised from the Student Council's Change for Change fundraising campaign for several needy families in Twin Falls. 2 million. As far as we know so far, that's the dollar amount awarded to this class of 2019 in scholarships to further their education. Would all those who have earned or been awarded a scholarship, would you please stand? All those who have earned a scholarship, would you please stand? Can you give these people a hand? Thank you. BPA and DECA competed and distinguished themselves in state and national competition. We had 3 seniors who were part of a very special group. In May, the financial analyst team finished #1 in the nation in their latest competition. We all have enjoyed several outstanding performances by the band, choral, jive, orchestra, drama, and drum corps. In a report this spring, the U.S. News ranked the top high schools in the state of Idaho, and the U.S. News ranked Twin Falls High School in the state's top 20 for Idaho's best high schools. And this senior class had a lot to do with that distinction. Please join me in recognizing these and many other outstanding accomplishments of this high school. One more round of applause, please. Class of 2019, in a moment you will be receiving the diploma for which you have worked so hard for. You are eager to get started with your plans for the future, and this is how it should be. For a graduation, far from being an end, it's the beginning of all your tomorrows. Over the past 13 years, you have worked, studied, played, and grown together. You have grown mentally as well as physically, and now you are here, ready to begin your lives as members of the adult community. Whatever course your future takes, it is my sincere hope that you will look back on your years at Twin Falls High School as having prepared you to meet and deal with the challenges that life will present. On behalf of myself and the faculty and staff at Twin Falls High School, I wish to each and every one of you the happiness of a productive life, the respect of your fellow human beings, and the love of your family. The future will be what you make it to be. Best of luck and congratulations, class of 2019. Dr. Dickinson, Chairman Jansen, Board of Trustees, I present to you the Twin Falls High School graduating class of 2019. They have met or exceeded all graduation requirements set forth by the state of Idaho and the Twin Falls School District.
Now presenting diplomas, School Board Trustee Bernie Jansen. Ryan Gregory Ball. Mary Elizabeth Brackett. Josie Anna Elam. Aman Imad Ujail. Kason Taka Hansen. Wyatt Lee Hazier. Brandon Andrew Mix. Brandon Christopher Ginhong Rasmussen. Jacob Matthew Sorensen. Jasmine Nicole Wall. Michael David Worth. David Khan Fadai. Madison Jean Evans. Savannah Ray Fitzgerald. McKaylee J. Roth. Kendra Corinne Gadsby. Benjamin Charles Atkin. Matthew Thomas Woodman. Kaya Avery Walker. Hannah Bowden Schuler. Carly Lynn Price. Savannah Rose Mallett. Anna Marie Miller. Colin Michael Ardema. Gabriel Hunter Godlib Adam. Abigail Lynn Addington. Sadie Nadine Allen. Alexis Jennifer Alvarado. Emily Marie Anderson. Nicole Marie Anderson. Addison Lawana Archibald. Kaylee Leticia Archila Rodas. Bridget Arizmendi. Lexis Marie Espatia. Taylor Marie Avram. Brian David Baker. Alexander J. Bergar. Diana Lynn Barnes. Brandon Lynn Beckman. Benjamin Adam Bame. Braden Elias Belknap. Jared Ryan Benefil. Stephen Thomas Bezos. Parker Scott Bingham. Jaden Wayne Burge. Now presenting diplomas, School Board Trustee Brian Matsuoka. Angela Ruth Bjorn. Timothy Lindell Bolins. Tyler Adam Bowman. Reagan Jade Boyer. McKenna Ashley Barack Softly. Mitchell Brzee. Michaela Renee Broner. Taylor Paige Burnham. Tucker Robert Burnham. Carl Christopher Capps. Shailene Capps. Madison Jade Cargile. Riley Jean Carney. Joey Lynn Michelle Carr. Aubrey Lynn Carson. Mackenzie Nicole Chadwick Lewis. Ashley Christensen. Kennedy Page Claspy. Alyssa Marie Coates. Dalton Justice Coates. Haley Armani Colon. Mackenzie Ray Connell. Isaac Brady Cox. Savannah Crawford. Tom Serapis. Tony Dengales. Drew DeBee. Seth Anthony DeWitt. Tabitha Lauren Dick. Kennedy Chase Ditmore. Dwayne Drury Jr. Winston Alexander Billieu Dugan. Kendall Avery East. Kiera Lee Edwards. Olivia Egan. Eternity Xandalyn Elsing. Brandon James Evans. Carrington Rosalind Farmer. Trevor Scott Farr. Ashton Grace Fiesick. Jennifer Natalie Flatus. Casey Matthew Fries. Libby Marie Gaines. Caitlin Elizabeth Gardner. Now presenting diplomas, School Board Trustee Mary Behrens. Nathaniel Obed Gardner. Dominique Nicole Gaspar. Brecken Kincaid Gentry. Blanca Yadira Gonzalez. Haley J. Goodnow. Trinity Leanne Ha. Georgia Tyne Haddon. Larissa Marie Hall. Lauren Marceline Hampton. Madison Dawn Hanchett. Quade Hanks. Cody Lee Hansen. David D'Artagnan Hatfield. Jessica Nicole Helms. Teo Hernandez. Roman Allen Heron. Alexander Lewis Heward. Madison Ann Hicks. Jacob Paul Hildreth. Anthony Michael Holmes. William Michael Holmes. Dakota Joray Horton. Tristan Hunter Howard. Amina Ukic. Audrey Ann Jacobia. Mackenzie Elizabeth Johns. Sydney Ann Jenkins. Mackenzie Lynn Jesser. Mackenzie Ashlyn Johansson. Austin Thane Jones. Jose Armando Juarez Ochoa. Artem Kichaev. Aaron Jacob Klimes. Kristen Shea Klepfer. Hudson Shane Clunt. Alexis Danielle Larson. Noah Esteli Larson. Jeffrey Tate Leishman. Laurel Ann Lindquist. Kerrigan Rose Lloyd. London Luis Lopez. Merrick Brody Lounsbury. Now presenting diplomas, School Board Trustee Todd Hubbard. Bailey Jean Luker. Jessica Lee. Cyril W. Malky. Anthony Max Maldonado. Estel Marie Molina. Janella Maywong Manuntag. Ashley Vanessa Marin. Shayla Renee Marshall. Atticus Lucune Martinez. Destiny Ray Peyton Marvin. Ian Charles Matlock. Jacob Weldon Mays. John Patrick McCarran. Josephine Grace McDonald. Amanda Marie McDrummond. Heather Nicole Meininger. Angel Anono Mendoza. Alexis Catherine Maris. Molly Ann Metcalf. Bailey Doreen Michaud. Ivy Rose Milam. Gracie Ann Mingo. Riley Catherine Moffett. Natalie Jaden Moody. Shaylee Ann Morton. Gracie Mumford. Ruth Olson Nelson. Caitlin Christine Nielsen. Michaela Ruby Nilsson. Taylor R.S. Norton. Peyton Ray Nunes. Savannah Marie O'Connor. Isaiah J. Olmos. Jasmine Ortiz Rodriguez. Ozzy Sylvan Otto. Jaquaya Jean Parent. Haven Renee Pennell. Mariana Perez. Carter E. Perrin. Kara Faye Peterson. Daniel Christopher Phillips. Ava Kaylin Phillips. Gage Makamai Keana Aina Plu. Now presenting diplomas, School Board Trustee Paul McClintock. Landon Ellis Preen. Logan David Pulsifer. Holly Elise Radmal. Dalton Lane Reskorshek. Esra Rashid. Raven Shay Reeves. Alondra Figueroa Reyes. Zachary Wayne Rhodes. Caitlin Jolene Rich. Uyel Jose Rico. Preston Scott Regal. Tristan T. Roanhorse. Max Simon Little Rondina. Gisele Ann Ruiz. Alexa Kimberly Rumfelt. Daniel Salas. Max Huddleston Sanison. Stuart Paul Sandel. Miguel Antonio Santos. Kayla Brianne Schaefer. Mia Samantha Schneider. Isaac Jeffrey Schultz. Emily Rose Scott. Evelyn Renee Scott. Cassandra Marie Silvera. Jasmine Lee Sorensen. Joshua Bruce Staggy. Aubrey Lee Stansberry. Savannah Marie Stewart. Bentley Jerry Swenson. Sophie Elizabeth Tarscioni. Ashlyn Corey Taylor. Ty J. Tolley. Liliana Andrea Torres. Kayla Joanne Towns. Cooper Jackson Traveler. Lane Scott Vandal. Brisa Veronica Varela. Deontay Philip Vargas. Shelby Nicole Veenstra. Giovanni Edith Villasenor. Domingo David Villegas. Amaya Tatiana Voorhees. Corbin Lawrence Ward. Alyssa Ashley Watson. Cade Matthew Watson. Ethan Whitehead. Gage Williams. Terrence Wright. Lucas Young. Faust Aiden Usueta. Megan Victory.
Hello, my name is Kendra Gadsby, and I'm the senior class PR. So, class of 2019, we made it to the finish line, and we earned every second of it. Now that we have all been recognized for our great accomplishment, it's time to recognize those of us who were not able to cross that line themselves. But were with us in our hearts while we did. We had to say goodbye to a dear friend and classmate, January 31st of our freshman year. Taylor Biggs, to many of us, was a wonderful friend and had shed a considerable amount of light onto our lives. She was also a daughter, a sister, an athlete, an artist, a mountain biker, a skier, and though few knew it, she had an immense passion for astrology and animal life. She had the strangest pets growing up, and she loved them all. Taylor Biggs was so much more than just a student here, and we all felt the loss of her passing. Because she always had a smile on her face and a spring in her step, I spent a long time pondering what stories to tell. I couldn't quite find the perfect moment in my mind. Because how can you describe someone's entire personality in one moment? Then I realized you can't. One moment does not define a person. It's the million of little moments that make us who we are as people. It's the choices, the words, the actions, and even the mistakes that truly define us. It's the time she and I learned how to play old-fashioned marbles and then started a marble league at our elementary school. It's the time she rescued a butterfly and spent 3 days nursing the poor insect back to health. And it's the time she would let me sleep in her bed because I was a freshman in high school and still afraid of monsters attacking me in the dark. When Taylor had an interest, it was never fleeting. She would put in a massive amount of devotion and practice into it. She was such an amazing artist that the art teacher had printed out drawings of her sketchbook as coloring pages for the lower grades. She excelled so much in shot put and discus that she had shattered multiple school records. She even had an interest in music. She had a little keyboard piano that she had tucked away in her closet, and when she didn't think anyone was listening, she would pull it out and practice it. I used to sit at the bottom of the stairs where she couldn't see me and listen to her play. Not only was Taylor Biggs devoted, she was also extremely competitive. On our last Easter egg hunt, when we were On the last Easter egg hunt we were able to do before we were officially too old to participate, we both were standing at the starting line, just moments before they blow the whistle. Taylor looks over at me, and then my pink flip-flops, and then back at me, and she says, "Do you really think you're gonna beat me in those shoes?" That's the kind of person Taylor was. She was competitive, witty, creative, silly, and one of the best people that we will ever have the pleasure of knowing. Losing Taylor forced us to rely on each other for support, and because of that, we grew stronger as a class. We learned many things from Taylor: how to burp the ABCs, how to treat everyone with kindness, and how precious every single moment is. These are the things and so much more that will carry us on past high school and as we grow up. Taylor Biggs, you will forever be missed. Thank you. Okay, now it is time to talk about the legacy that we choose to leave behind us. The senior class gift is a gift that is given to the school by the graduating class every year. The class of 2019 has chosen to help the administration build lights in the parking lot, known as the cage to most of us. We chose this as our senior gift to help driving high schoolers, as well as walking ones, to have a safer, brighter experience at Twin Falls High School. Thank you.
I'm Savannah Fitzgerald, and I'm the senior class treasurer. The Bruin of the Year Award is an award that is established by the class of 1999 to recognize great student leaders of Twin Falls High School. Great leaders display involvement in school, academic achievement, community involvement, support in extracurricular activities, and true devotion and passion for Twin Falls High School. These great individuals will be recognized by their efforts by having their name engraved on the Bruin of the Year wall displayed in the north wall of the junction. And now, the two recipients of the 2019 Bruin of the Year Award are Savannah Mallett and Wyatt Hazier.
Hi, I'm Kason Hansen, and I'm your senior class president. Hello, class of 2019, family members, and other guests. I'd like to start by thanking Dr. Brady Dickinson, the district superintendent, as well as Mr. Bernie Jansen, Mr. Brian Matsuoka, Mrs. Mary Barron, Mr. Todd Hubbard, and Mr. Paul McClintock, the members of the Board of Trustees, for being here to witness our graduation. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude to Mr. Dan Vogt, our principal, and Mr. Ryan Nesmith and Mr. Sean Walker, our vice principals, for making this school as wonderful as it is. Also, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Mrs. Salisbury. For the longest time, we were thinking of who to ask to be our speaker at graduation, but as soon as we thought of Mrs. Salisbury, we knew she was perfect. We were the last class she taught before she retired, and I'm sure everyone agrees with me when we say that she was truly an amazing teacher. So thank you for everything, Mrs. Salisbury. And finally, I'd like to thank my parents for putting up with everything I do and supporting me these past 17 years. Four years ago today, I watched Omar Laris, the president of the class of 2016, deliver his graduation speech. He opened it by saying that if he knew he'd have to give a speech in front of 2,000 people, he wouldn't have ran for senior class president. And honestly, I'm feeling the same way, so let's get this over with. I want to talk about three things today: what our lives were like before high school, our experience throughout high school and how it shaped us, and what we can accomplish after high school. Class of 2019, do you remember what middle school was like? We had one elective per year, we weren't allowed to use backpacks, and we had to carry around our binders everywhere, and we couldn't leave campus for lunch. Suffice to say, we weren't exactly given much freedom or responsibility in middle school. We went to our classes, did what we were told, then went home. We were still kids. Once we got to high school, a lot of things changed. All of a sudden, there was an enormous variety of classes for us to take, from pottery to digital art to physics and more. There were dozens of clubs for us to join, from Ski Club to Business Professionals of America to Key Club to Ping Pong Club. There's a club at TFHS for you no matter what your interests are, and if there isn't, you can always start a new one. There were tons of new sports for us to try out, from swimming to golf to bowling to tennis. I could go on and on. The new fine arts programs available to us gave us incredible opportunities to learn and grow as performers, from our amazing band, orchestra, and choir classes to our incredible theater program. Our experiences in these extracurriculars have shaped who we are as people. They've helped us develop leadership skills, taught us responsibility and teamwork, and of course, we've had an amazing time doing them. I'll always remember proudly representing TFHS by playing on the varsity soccer team, by cheering on our school at the Service Bowl, by attending all of the amazing theater and jive performances I've been to, by giving back to the community through Change to Change, and even by taking a 14-hour bus ride with 80 of you to California and back. I hope I never forget all of these incredible experiences, and I hope all of you never forget your incredible high school experiences. We've all had our highs and lows, but when it's all said and done, in 10 years, I'm sure we'll all look back fondly on all the memories we've had the privilege of sharing together. But more important than any classes I've taken, any sports I've played, or any clubs I've joined, are the people I've met and the experiences we've shared together over the past 4 years. It's not just about playing basketball or playing softball or joining some club or being in some event. It's about the people you meet doing it and the lifelong friendships you form together. I've met so many amazingly unique and interesting people during my 4 years at TFHS, and I've grown so much as a person because of them. Class of 2019, always remember the friends you've made throughout high school, because without them, you wouldn't be who you are today. Now I want to talk about what all of us can do now that we are finishing up our time at TFHS. As I said earlier, I've had the privilege to meet and get to know so many members of the class of 2019 over the last 4 years, and I'm always incredibly inspired by all the potential there is in our class to do great things. We have aspiring actors, filmmakers, and photographers. We have recruited athletes attending schools all over the country. We have amazingly talented welders, engineers, and mechanics. We have incredibly intelligent accountants, businessmen, and scientists. If I listed all the goals I know people in our class are striving to achieve, we would be here all day. Our time at Twin Falls High School has helped us realize these goals. It's helped us develop our interests and passions and decide how we want to make our mark on the world. The amazing staff, as well as our terrific sports and fine arts programs, have helped us immensely throughout our 4 years at this school, and we will forever remember the experiences here that have made us who we are. We all have the potential to accomplish great things, so I'd like to leave all of you with the last piece of advice. As our great future president, Kanye West, once said, "Nothing in life is promised except death. So go out in the world, work as hard as you can, and make your own destiny." Thank you. Now, class of 2019, please stand. Grab your tassels with your left hand and move them from the right side of your cap to the left.